Well, we receive funds from the university directly through our college, the College of Arts and Sciences, and that's the largest portion. We have box office revenue from ticket sales, and we have gifts and grants and donations. So it's all of those combined provide our operating budget, and which is around a little over $4 million a year overall. That includes staff, salaries, and everything. Since the pandemic, we have about 15% of that.
The first thing that happened was the university offered early retirement. So that was the first wave and of people leaving. And then, Sandy did an amazing job, finding ways to keep people, and some people shifted. We have a few people that are part of like a talent share thing, so they're actually working for other departments at the university right now. But ultimately, majority of our staff, the shops, production people, costume shop, front of house, box office, they've all been laid off.
The mechanics of selling tickets is not it's not as easy as it may appear. We no longer have a box office staff. They were laid off.
Yeah.
So we'd have to hire a box office staff, and then you have to process all of the money that comes in. And I'm not at all sure that people want to pay for audio drama. I actually had a concern if we were charging them for audio when you can get a DVD of a play and you can turn on Netflix and Showtime and Amazon Prime and everything else. I didn't think we could compete favorably if we were charging.
People were even more financially strapped during the pandemic in pretty much every walk of life. There were massive layoffs, massive unemployment. People were tightening the belts, and to have to pay for what was already a reduced amount of entertainment that people could enjoy. Andy's vision was that we would have something to offer the public that was free of charge. Other theaters have charged for their online offerings during the pandemic, and they probably will continue to. But as I said, we're so grateful to have the university behind us to the degree that we're able to provide, much like a community resource would.
Hopefully people start wanting to actually go to things like theater again. Then it's really like, what can we do with 15% of our budget? How many shows could we put on stage? Sandy and I are thinking maybe 2. And how clever can we be with finding scripts that do not need a very expensive, elaborate set. Has to be a single set. It can't be one of those sets that has to change from the bedroom to the kitchen to the living room. Things like that.
We're not going to have the budget to do 7 plays a year. We're gonna be looking at many fewer productions. We've had the luxury of being able to afford to do pretty grand things. We don't have the resources now to produce that way, and we don't have a staff to build whatever costumes and sets. So we're gonna have to cut back rather severely.
We've kind of created 2 or 3 different potential scenarios where for one scenario, it's we won't be able to produce live in the fall, but we will be able to produce live in the spring. Then there's a scenario in which we produce all remote all year again, which would be in the worst case of the pandemic resurging or something happening where we just couldn't be live yet. Then we have a really optimistic scenario in which only the first maybe two offerings of next fall would be remote, but then before Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving to Christmas, we would have a live production in the theater. So a lot of irons in the fire and a lot of ideas about how we might be able to make things work in a variety of situations. And I can't say which one we'll be in yet, but know that we're working as hard as we can to get back in the theater and be live is our preference.
Well, we can't wait to welcome people back. We really can't wait. And I think it's of course, I'm married to one of the actors, so I live with an actor in the company, and I see the other actors virtually frequently. And I don't honestly know whether our theater public, the people who come to our shows, realize how much the actors miss being in front of and greeting and performing for live audiences.
The only thing I want to say is, listen to our audio plays and come back and see our plays when we're doing them again.